from the day I started with chemo, obviously I then are at high risk to get COVID. So I had to stay at home and be in isolation. It's now almost 11 months. It's been really rough because I'm a people's person. I love people, I love talking. And also I've always been a very independent woman. And to now not be able to drive and go where I want to go, not being able to hang the washing on the line, it's been really rough on me. But I think God maybe used this time to tell me to slow down and to see what's important. To be able to sit on the porch and listen to the birds. That's been a blessing for me to be able to do that. I'm looking forward to get back to work. Hi everybody, my name is Anel Heyns. I'm from Port Alfred, or living in Port Alfred, with my 2 teenage children and my husband. My journey started almost a year ago when I felt a lump in my breast. Went to the doctor, went to the specialist, had the mammogram, biopsy and all of that. And on the 11th of November 2020, the doctor phoned me to tell me that I have a very aggressive type of breast cancer. At that stage, I didn't even cry. I was still in shock. Everybody in the family was quite shaken up by it. But my kids has been wonderful. My husband has been wonderful. They all had to step up and do all the household chores while I was being ill. Because sometimes I couldn't lift my head from my pillow. I couldn't even make myself a cup of coffee. And they've been just wonderful in dealing with that. So the first day that I saw the oncologist was the first day that I cried, because I realized that this is now my reality. This is real. This is not a dream. I'm not going to wake up. This is what's happening to me at the moment. I started chemo on the 27th of November. Whew, and that was rough. Chemo is really horrible. I had 16 rounds altogether, and it takes life out of you. You are nauseous, you are sick, you're extremely fatigued, and it really almost strips you from everything emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. It's really a rough part of the cancer treatment. So yeah, I had 16 rounds of that, and thereafter I had surgery, a double mastectomy in June. And then after my mastectomy, I was told that my cancer has spread to my lymph nodes, which was not good news. I saw then a professor in oncology who told me in my face, straight up, that my cancer is very rare, very aggressive, and incurable. There's no treatment plan for my type of cancer. It is still in the phase of being researched. That was the first time that I realized that I actually might die. Before then, I just always felt this is just a bump in the road, it's going to be treatment and all of that, and then I'll be fine and I'll go on with my life. And this was the first time that I actually thought that I might die. I always thought that, and I'm sure all of us wonder, I always thought that staring death in the face was going to be, horrific. But it wasn't that for me. I was in perfect peace in God's presence. I felt that if whatever His plan for me or His purpose for me on earth was complete, then I'm happy to go home to Him. Although sad to leave my children behind and all my family and friends. But I was ready to go if that's what His plans for me was. I also felt that if my purpose is not completed yet, that He will heal me and I will get over this, and then I will have to fulfill my purpose, fulfill my dreams. Before I went into hospital for my surgery to remove my lymph nodes, pastors Justin and Reddy came to visit me, anointed me, prayed over me for healing, and that God will take the cancer away. And then after my surgery, the results came back saying that of the 18th lymph nodes that they removed, 0 of them had cancer. None. It was all gone. Praise to God. Hallelujah. I'm here today talking to you cancer-free because of the grace of God. It kind of ties in with my favorite Bible verse of all times. And I'm just going to quickly read it to you. And this has been my Bible verse since forever. In Jeremiah 29 verses 11, "For I know the plans I have for you. This is the Lord's declaration. Plans for your well-being, not for disaster, to give you a future and hope." And that was the verse that I've held on to through my whole journey, that He's got big plans for me, and that I was just holding on to that promise of a future and of hope. So clearly His purpose and plan for me was not done yet. Battling with cancer is a very long and tough road. I cannot survive cancer, come out the other side and still be the same person I was before. I cannot. And for the past 11 months that I've been battling with cancer, I grew closer to God. Now I have a very close relationship with God. I do intentional Bible study time with Him, that I don't just read one of those books that's 365 days, a little page that you read that somebody wrote, with a verse and a reflection and a prayer, and then off you go to work. I now sit still and intentionally spend time with God, and intentionally sit quiet and listen to what His answer is, or what His plans are for me. And that's been such a blessing through this journey. And through this time, I really felt a calling from God that I need to do more. Together with Word of Truth Ministry, we are starting a cancer support group. So if you are currently battling with cancer, or caring for somebody with cancer, or a cancer survivor that's in a recession, this invitation is out to you. We would like to connect and spend more time with you. The plan is to have monthly meetings or gatherings that we will just be able to share with each other our thoughts and our battles and what we went through or are going through, and also maybe have a speaker that could talk to us and give us more information about cancer and treatments and all of that. This invitation is open to everybody in Port Alfred and surrounding areas, because in this season our vision for the church is not just to rebuild the temple, but to rebuild the city. We also need people in the background to help us with the support group. If you love cooking or baking, you can make a mean lasagna. We need you. If you have green fingers and love planting, we need you. Maybe you've got a gift of crocheting, knitting, sewing, we need you. But even if you just want to be in the background to pray and to encourage, we also need you. So if you want to get involved, you can either contact the church office at Word of Truth, or you can contact me on the details below. Those details are either if you are a cancer patient and wants to be part of the group, or if you want to be part of the support group that helps. So please send me a WhatsApp or email, and then we can chat. I'm going to close out with another Bible verse that's close to my heart. And it says, "Blessed is she who believed that the Lord would fulfill His promises to her." Luke 1 verses 45. God has fulfilled His promises to me. I can sit here cancer-free and give a testimony to what God has done for me, which is absolutely through just love and grace. Please come help me to be a support for other cancer patients.